Hey gorgeous! Welcome back to Jaleesa's Fashion Files. This video is going to be on selecting the best size of prints and patterns for your body shape. Yes, that's right, I said size because size does matter when we're looking at prints and patterns, because if we're selecting the wrong sizes, it can actually make us appear larger or smaller in a way that's not necessarily flattering for our body shapes. So if you're one that kind of steers away from prints and patterns because you feel like it doesn't work for you, maybe you had bad experiences when trying them on because you were selecting the wrong sizes, then hopefully you'll feel more inspired and motivated to go into the store and try on a pattern in a size that I mentioned is most flattering for your shape. Because let's face it, prints and patterns do add interest to an outfit, can help spice things up more effortlessly, and it just really helps in creating a nice put together look. So I don't want you to feel intimidated by prints and patterns, because regardless, it will work for your body shape, your size, your height, whatever it is, they work for everyone, and I want you to embrace them. Alright, so I'm going to show you two blouses that are the same print or pattern, but both of them have different sizes. So I am working with my favorite print, which is leopard, and as you can see, they both have different sizes. This one features a smaller version of the leopard print, so the spots are smaller and they're closer together. Some of them are blended into each other. That's how close they are. And then this one features a larger version of the print. The spots are larger and they are farther away from one another. So I'm going to discuss the smaller version first and which body shapes I would suggest for smaller prints. Now I want you to apply everything that I'm mentioning when it comes to the sizes to whatever print it is that you're looking at. So this is not just applicable for leopard or cheetah print or animal print, it's for any print that you come in contact with. I want you to keep what I'm saying in mind. So for the apple shape, inverted, and bustier hourglass shape ladies, I want you to keep in mind that smaller prints and patterns are going to look better on you. So regardless of the print or pattern, smaller versions are going to look really good on you. Now I want to narrow in on the apple shape first, because the apple shape, I want you to pay attention to the style, or I guess you can say the silhouette of the blouse. Because if you go with something that's a little bit more tight or conforming, since you are more voluptuous overall on top, it can actually make you appear larger if it's very tight and conforming, because since the pattern is so close together, it's going to appear as though they're being stretched apart and as though the top is too small for you. So you want to go for something that's flowier, because it's just a style that's more flattering for your body shape, and also they are more versatile. Any shape can work with a flowy blouse because you can tuck it in, leave it out, tuck part of it in, leave the rest out. So it gives you a lot more options in styling and working with it. So that's what I would suggest for the apple shapes, but overall it would work for you when it's in a smaller size. For the inverted shape and as well as the hourglass, a bustier hourglass, you can go for a smaller print in a tight or conforming blouse, because those styles will flatter you. So you can go ahead with that, or you can do a flowier version like I mentioned for the apple shape ladies. So those are the three shapes that I would suggest going for, smaller versions of whatever print it is that you like. Now for the larger, I would suggest the pear, rectangular, and the smaller busted hourglass. A question I get asked a lot is, can I be an hourglass shape lady because I don't have a large bust? Remember, it's all about proportions and bone structure and width. It's not necessarily always where we store our fat, although it's easier for us to determine our shapes that way, but it's not the only thing that we consider. So yes, you can be an hourglass shape lady and not have a large bust. So in that case, I would suggest a print that has a larger pattern and that are further apart, or just larger in general, depending on what print or pattern you're interested in, because some of them don't have a pattern or a print that actually can be separated. They're kind of blended into each other, but they're larger. So I would suggest it for those shapes because in general, when you're working with something that's larger, it's going to make you appear larger. And for those three shapes, that's ideal because you kind of want to fill out your upper body to kind of, in the pear shape instance, you want to kind of balance out the hips. Not that you're not embracing your hips, but you want to kind of balance things out so that the attention isn't primarily placed on your hips, rather your whole body overall. So that's why I would suggest the larger printed versions for those three shapes. Alright, so hopefully this has given you guys some insight on what to look for and kind of simplified things when shopping around for prints and patterns, because as I said, they're just fun to work with and I don't want you to feel intimidated by them. So in case you missed it, let me just break down everything that I said real quickly. So for the smaller versions, I would suggest smaller prints for my apple, inverted triangle ladies, and my more bustier hourglass shapes. And for larger prints and patterns, I would suggest this for my pear, rectangular, and my smaller busted hourglass shaped ladies. Alright guys, so I hope that you liked the video, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you have any questions or suggestions or requests that you'd like to see in upcoming videos, definitely leave it down below. And check out my blog because I've been doing a lot of posts on body shapes because that's what you guys surveyed on Facebook that you wanted to see. I asked you what it is that you wanted to see more of on the blog, and a lot of you said that you want to see more on body shapes and skin tone, so that's what I've been doing a lot of. And yes, and also, does anyone else feel like a Teletubby when they wear a top knot? Because honestly, every time I like the way top knots look, but I always feel like I look like a Teletubby because I have like this thing on my head. I don't know, but I like them. Alright ladies, I love you and I will see you next time. Bye.
Wait, before you go, if you have not yet subscribed, click that red button for support and more videos. And since we were talking about prints, watch this video next on styling multicolored pieces.